When Wayne came out with that Man, I Miss My Dawgs, how did that make you feel?
I ain't even lying, bro. Like, you know, at that time, you know, me and Baby was really, you know, at odds. Like, I was really in my feelings. Like, you know, I was like, fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, everybody know, like, what I was on. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't, you know, biting my tongue on nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was, just was what it was. And, you know what I'm saying? And I was just standing on what I was standing on, man. But, man, and me and Shorty ain't never had no problems. Like, me and Shorty had you know, met up in private, you know, a bunch of times. You see what I'm saying? And talked about a bunch of different issues and things of that nature. But, you know, I just was so, you know what I mean? Like, and then, you know, my vision was clear. You know, I was learning, you know, and it just was like, I just was mad, bro. I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, man, that's a whole nother story, a whole nother episode. But yeah, when the very first time, no, man, I heard I Miss My Dawgs, bro. Like, I was on the interstate in my Hummer, man, like coming from the crib riding to the city, and yeah, man, the album had just came out, man, and I put it in to ride to it, bro, and when I put the song on, man, and listened to it, man, I almost shed a tear, man. You heard me?
Everybody's feeling like that, bro.
Like, you know, it was so heartfelt, you know what I mean? And like, you know, he poured his heart out on that joint. You hear me? He poured his heart out on that joint. Like, that really made me tone it down a little bit. You know what I mean? And like, you know, back up and be like, you know what, man? Damn, man. You heard me? Like, cause I wanted them to jump out there and you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's beef. You know what I'm saying? I want smoke. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? And you know, he came with that. I'm like, damn, man, I can't get no smoke, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'd be wrong if I did.
Yeah, man, I love him too. Man. You know what I'm saying? So,
The Laboratory.